$10 trillion. More than the GDP of every country on Earth, except the United States and China. One entity sits at the center of it all. There is a company you have almost certainly never thought about. It doesn't make anything. It doesn't sell anything. No factories, no stores, no product. And yet, it owns a piece of almost every major company on Earth. Its algorithms help the US government navigate two of the worst financial crises in modern history. And in 2024, it became one of the largest owners of land and infrastructure in the United States. Its name is BlackRock. 1988. Wall Street is in the middle of one of its most chaotic decades. Junk bonds, leveraged buyouts. The crash of 1987 wiped out 22% of the market in a single day. The floor is carnage. Into this steps a 35-year-old bond trader, Larry Fink. Not famous, not feared, not yet. In 1986, he made a $100 million mistake. Not the market's fault. His. A risk he hadn't seen clearly. He wasn't devastated. He was precise. And he was furious at himself. In 1988, Larry Fink co-founded BlackRock with 7 partners. Out of a single room inside the Blackstone private equity firm. He didn't build BlackRock to get rich. He built it because he never wanted to be blind again. So he built a system designed to see risk before it appeared. 1994. The Federal Reserve raises interest rates 6 times in a single year. Bond markets collapse. Portfolios across America are devastated. BlackRock's models had already flagged the danger. Their clients were positioned conservatively. The phone started ringing. From $17 billion in assets to $160 billion by the end of the decade. First test passed. And in passing it, BlackRock became the firm people called when they were afraid. 2008. Everything breaks. Lehman collapses. Markets freeze. Trillions of dollars suddenly have no price. Governments are staring at one question. What are these assets actually worth? No one has the answer, except one firm, BlackRock, because it didn't just invest in the system, it built the system to understand risk. The crisis didn't just test BlackRock, it positioned it. 2009, a single deal changed everything. Merrill Lynch sold its investment arm to BlackRock for $13.5 billion, included iShares, a platform that would quietly place BlackRock inside the portfolios of ordinary people around the world. In one transaction, BlackRock stopped being a company that served institutions. It became something else. A company that served everyone. 2020, COVID-19. The US Federal Reserve needed to stabilize credit markets. It called BlackRock. No bidding process, no real alternative. BlackRock was asked to manage emergency programs. Hundreds of billions deployed, including purchases of BlackRock's own ETFs. This was not a scandal. It was simply the only move available. And that's the point. Hearings followed. Reviews were launched. Questions were asked. In Congress, in Europe. None of it changed anything. Credit markets stabilized. BlackRock's position wasn't just maintained, it was reinforced. The technology that made BlackRock untouchable is called Aladdin, a name that makes risk management sound almost mythological. It runs thousands of calculations every single day. It monitors over $21 trillion in assets, pension funds, insurance companies, sovereign wealth funds. At least 10 central banks pay BlackRock to tell them what danger looks like inside their own financial system. Think about that. A private company reading the vital signs of the public institutions that are supposed to protect you. It's not really an investment tool. It's closer to an operating system, the kind that runs quietly beneath everything until the day it doesn't. If it fails, that failure spreads instantly before humans can react, at a scale no one could realistically stop. BlackRock doesn't run companies. It doesn't appoint CEOs or issue directives. But it is the largest shareholder in Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, JP Morgan Chase, Exxon, Visa, Procter & Gamble. Not control of any one company, but influence across all of them. Just think about what that actually means. Imagine a teacher saving $200 a month. She becomes part of a system she never really chose. Her money is invested. Her shares are voted, but not by her. One firm casts the votes for millions of people who don't even realize they have a say. Lobbying is trying to influence the system from the outside. This is something else. This is being asked from inside. Not influence, integration. In 2024, BlackRock acquired Global Infrastructure Partners for $12.5 billion. Airports, gas pipelines, water systems, data centers. Marcus and Patricia were trying to buy a home in Phoenix. 4 years of savings, they made an offer. Within 48 hours, they were outbid. Cash, 30% above asking. They never found out who. They rent now. BlackRock is no longer just an asset manager. It's a data company, an infrastructure owner, at times even a government advisor, a software provider, and the world's largest investor, all at once. Each crisis didn't weaken BlackRock. If anything, it made it more necessary. Does BlackRock control the world? No, not in the way people imagine. There's no mastermind, no master plan. This wasn't designed. It emerged from millions of decisions that made sense at the time, stacking into something far bigger than anyone intended. BlackRock doesn't need control. It just needs to be everywhere. That's not control, that's power.